Holi, Paletitas. Welcome to season 2 of Las Paleteras. Aplauso. We missed y'all so much. Para los que son nuevos a este pachangón, my name is Ana Sheila.
And I'm Cesar Camacho.
And I'm Jose Richard, alias La Nalgona. And remember, this is a podcast where your cutie comadres, o sea, nosotras, venimos a aprender, imponer y estorbar, porque somos estorbosas.
Hey.
I decided to come in a little bit of moment of luto, un poquito de fashion francesa, because a lot has happened, and I have some news for all of you allá en casita.
Cuéntanos.
Bitch is back. What do I mean, bitches? Estoy en Los Ángeles. Ya regresé a mi casita. Ya me fui de México, and I'm back in LA.
¿Cómo
So
te
watch
sientes?
out, guys. Okay.
No, for real. Like,
How do you
watch out. They
feel?
check in to steal all your jobs. What's up, bitch?
And your men.
I mean, I don't gotta steal them. They come.
Ellos se van
They
a esconder.
come.
Ellos vienen,
They
ellos
come.
vienen,
Yeah,
ellos
yeah.
vienen.
Todo lo que no le puedes hacer a tu esposa en la casa, a mí me lo puedes hacer y de a gratis, baby. Ay. But how's everyone been? We're
pero
back.
Una preguntita. Pero
Oh.
¿cómo te sientes? Like, that's a big move. You came back to a country that doesn't really like want us here in a way, pero maybe that's why we take up space. Cuéntanos. How are you feeling?
I came back home for a couple of reasons. One, I couldn't live this fantasy of living in Mexico while my entire family is here. And also, LA is my hometown, and especially after the fires and just kind of everything going on nationally, I have to be home. My city needs me more than Mexico does at the moment, but Mexico no longer feels like, far away from me. I'll be there literally. By the time this episode come out, I'm actually in Mexico. So, hola, desde el pasado. I'm bitches out here time traveling.
Has she really left?
Shut up, bitch. Another thing we gotta put on the table is the fact that esta pendeja aquí vino también de rubia. No.
That's what's
I
happening.
had a midlife crisis. I wanted something new.
A midlife
I don't
crisis.
know. I just wanted to
Why couldn't you go fucking green?
I was gonna go pink.
But you saw me all of season 1 in pink.
And then I was like, you did pink.
Exactly.
And then I was like, I'll do blue. But I feel like the blue was gonna like turn washed out.
But you could do este Carol G seafoam blue.
That's
teal.
true.
Because it depends
teal
on the
would've been
type of
cute.
blue.
Okay, but like, you guys, so what should I do?
Rubia, girl.
I don't think I would look good in black. Oh.
No,
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't go. It doesn't. Oh, pero
But now we're matching.
el otro día, what color is Shakira's hair? Has she done blonde
like
before?
A dirty blonde.
Right now, she's like a dirty blonde.
She's in blonde, right?
Yeah, she's always been dirty blonde.
Yeah.
The other day, me hizo alguien, ¿cómo se dice? Un piropón. When I was walking on to my workspace, and this guy was like out this truck. He was like, Shakira.
Eres tú? And you're like,
And I was like, oh, and he was like, oh, sorry, I thought it was Shakira. Have a great day, ma'am.
You start shaking your hips, girl.
You know what? I so funny.
Pero no es la
Sorry.
primera vez que me digan, ¿eh?
But there is a lyric, and whenever, wherever, I think this. Let me stop. Okay, the one thing I have to say, y'all, I have to be very mindful. I am coming back from Mexico very politically incorrect.
What do you mean by that?
Some of these fools out here are literally. Oh, can we say? Oh. Look, I'm just coming back a little bit more politically incorrect. I just think like after
O sea, sin pelos en la lengua.
Sin pelos en la
That's why I need
lengua.
to go back to Mexico, because I feel like I'm losing
We're too sensitive here.
100%. Like there's bigger things happening in the world outside of the US bubble, that identity politics and the way that we've weaponized identity politics no longer have service. That's the reason we're in the situation we're in. O sea, literally like shit's a little bit more complicated and real, I think. Like, I'm not mad if my mom is misgendering me. You know what I mean? Like, I know the relationship I have with her. I'm not going to cancel my mom. Pero hay unas... Never mind. Yeah. I know. See, that being said, well, I'm glad we're all back. And I'm glad we're back for season 2.
Yes.
I also love the fact, si ven aquí, ustedes allá en casita, parecemos exploradoras. En que nos vamos de safari.
Es como que yo soy lista. Like, where are we going to go? Like, are we going to travel right
We're
now?
going to
Like,
explore.
are we gonna
Dora,
go?
let's explore.
Also, maybe we go somewhere new. Maybe we have a new home soon, no?
Yes.
Una nueva casita.
2 stories, please.
2 stories.
I'm like, what you mean, new casita?
En Costa-
Yeah, for
I don't
real.
know.
I want a 3-bedroom house. Not a 3-story
We can put
house
Ana Sheila in
now.
the guest house. Not kidding.
In the granny flats, they're called.
Oh.
Now that we're back for season 2, we're going to try a new little segment so you get to know us a little better. So we're going to do this dinámica with our producers, just so you get to know us a little better. A ver, Productores, roll the questions.
All right. Who is the first one to cry on an episode?
Yeah. I mean, we're tied. We both cried in episode one. But then there was that one episode where Cesar almost started crying.
Oh, yeah, my tia, she texted me and she was like, oh, I cried when Cesar. I was like, oh. Okay.
We started crying again.
Wait. And then she told me, okay, can I share a little?
Yeah.
She texted me. I need to text her back. I'm so bad at texting. She was like, your abuelitos knew that you were queer and they just really wanted you to be happy. And I never knew that they knew. And they're the only people that I really cared for my extended family that I just, because I love them so much that like, now me about to, we just had this question, I'm about to cry.
I was like, say some point.
And they're the only people who I cared about accepting me because I los quería muchísimo. And for me to know that they knew, and I'm like, why the fuck didn't I know? But still, like, there's still something that I'm taking with that. But anyways.
Oh, that's like a little bit of peace. It gives you a little peace.
And they were like super Catholic too. And it's just very como, very a loving type of Catholic.
No, 100%. That's cute.
Yeah, anyway.
Aww.
Yeah.
Question
so I
number two.
discovered that. Yeah, I know.
Who is the one that will flirt with the guest?
Y no importa qué género, no importa
with everyone. Ayer también, we were setting up y la Nalgona ya platicando con todos los hombres.
Pero no es cierto, for that Christian Navarro empezó la César bien apendejada. Bien apendejada. I'm like, escuchando. And I was like, damn, bitch, you gotta ask the second question. No mames, no, tú también, Jota. No,
his eyes were so pretty.
Oh, that's what
you were looking at his eyes?
Tenía ojos bonitos.
Next question. Segunda pregunta.
Who is the one que siempre se desaparece?
I don't know.
No.
De repente we're like, where's Nalgona at?
I mean, I was in Mexico, so I wasn't here. How do y'all know where I was? No, pero esta, Atlanta. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my!
I wasn't there, but even I know that
we took a trip to Atlanta. Shout out to Mi Gente, a really great organization. Yes. Pero since Atlanta, Cesar has gone sober.
I was having fun with all the politicians, okay?
Let's just say that la Cesar is the one.
Yo me aproveché.
No, let's just say that Cesar is the first one to cancel a meeting pa. Ya saben qué.
Oh, no, I schedule my meetings before I...
Esta llega bien calentada, literally.
I'm like, ¿ya acabamos? I gotta wrap it up.
A ver, next question.
La que sigue.
Who is the one that's always late?
We didn't even have to think about that one.
No rebuttal?
You saw how quickly we reacted?
You guys, soy mujer y tengo pelo.
Girl,
period.
We're mujeres too.
It's true.
All right, next question. Who is the one with the picky lunch order?
I know what I like.
No, but she'll be like, is there fruit on set? Girl, go get the fruit. Ya sabes que no hay.
The oranges.
The slice of oranges.
The oranges, no mames. Next question.
Who is the mama of the show?
I feel that. Es que sí somos las señoras.
Las señoras,
Sí somos las señoras del podcast, but it's okay. Tenemos que enseñarle a la juventud de hoy en día. And today, it's also a very beautiful day because atrás de la cámara, we have our favorite primita, Chabelita. So today, ustedes vieron el promo, vieron las fotos bien perronas. That's Chabelita.
That's my prima.
That's the prima.
You
know what? That's what I love about our culture. Like we have everybody, like our family, just everyone.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Para todo lo que ocupas, you got a family.
Her prima helped us out with the jingle.
My jingle. My brother's gonna help me with my teeth. Like we got.
Wait, my tooth is hurting. I need to make an
You need a dentist?
Oh,
Y'all need a dentist?
But is dentistry this? No, that's an orthodontist.
No, I mean, they do that.
Some dentists do
he
that.
just
Okay, my sister-in-law. Yeah.
Wait, low-key, my tooth hurts.
So if y'all need a dentist, my brother and his wife opened a new dentistry practice. I'll put the info in the show
We'll have a promo code. No, I'm kidding.
¿Por qué no?
Paleta. And how ironic that it's a fucking paleta for the
No, they're going to be like, abre.
Make sure you type in paleta for a 10% discount on your first consultation.
Because the dentists know when you're sucking a lot of dick, no? They could tell on your mouth.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that's how, yeah. Okay, next question.
Who is the first one to get canceled?
It's true, amigas. I mean,
She's already
Es
kind
que
of
le
canceled.
vale,
I'm kidding.
es que le vale madre. And that's
Por eso
great.
escapó de
That's great.
México.
Le vale madre.
No.
That's okay.
What country are you going to go to next?
Pues ya cuando la saquen de aquí,
Loki,
tal vez la saquen de
Ay,
aquí.
Loki, I'm down. Para ir
a Madrid.
Para ir a recolonizar allá.
La que sigue.
Next
All
question.
right. Who is the first one to date a listener?
Wait, what?
Can I point at myself?
Yeah,
the first
no,
one to date a
Cesar is the
listener?
first one to date a listener because that
No
bitch is
sé.
still
It's for
figuring out.
research.
You're still figuring out boundaries.
And
I wouldn't
still
date
having fun.
I wouldn't date a listener, but fuck, that's different, you know? Dating the fucking is not the same.
I mean,
And you've been there, done
it's going to
that?
be the same thing, no? I don't know.
Didn't you already do that in season 1?
El chisme sale.
It's because I had
Have I? I don't think I have.
but I
Maybe they were a listener, I didn't know. They didn't disclose.
they became a listener.
They became a listener after. It was in the background. Las Paleteras was playing in the background.
Last question. Who is the first one to sleep with a potential investor?
even if it's not, you should.
Probably.
I should have.
Cesar.
You should.
Si tienes dinero,
The gays
hit
are
me
the
up.
ones with the money, you know?
I mean, listen.
If y'all got money, hit me up. I like to talk business.
That bitch can get us. No, you can get us a sponsor, but you're almost out here changing policies and shit. Pero I mean,
Cesar, what's
I'm
your
waiting. I'm
ad?
waiting for the. I'm waiting for the sponsorship. Y no sale. Y no sale.
but she's out here changing policies.
Put in some work.
Listeners, what's your ad?
At the Cesar Camacho, okay? Send us the inquiries. Someone already had my name.
What do you mean?
Someone had the same name as me.
On Instagram.
Oh, really?
Instagram.
That's what you
So
had to
what
add
are you?
And I met him
Yeah.
in person. And I was like, oh my God, we have the same name. That's the same weekend I met you, actually.
Oh, really?
And he kind of looked at me like, okay. And I was like, oh.
Oh.
And
Oh, you met
Yeah, I
your
met him.
your tocayo?
I was
okay.
very petty because with
He's hot, though.
With Soy Nalgona on Twitter, someone already had Soy Nalgona.
Really?
So I was petty and I was
Oh.
like, Soy la más Nalgona.
Wait, so what is? Oh, on Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah.
With that accent mark.
But we don't even
Do you still
use that
just
anymore.
use Twitter?
No, I mean, I don't even use
I don't
social
really
media
use-
like that anymore.
Do you use
That's not
Threads?
those-
Do y'all use Threads?
No.
Do you use Threads?
No.
It's
People
kind of
are
fun,
out here
actually.
legit trying to post some inspirational
TikTok
shit
and Cesar
in the
Camacho.
name of clout. And I'm like, your shit didn't make any sense. Hallmark write better shit than you.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, last question.
no, ya fueron.
Oh, that was it. Well, okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us for these little questions. We just wanted to add a little bit of a dynamic para que nos
Para
conocieran
que nos
un poquito,
conozcan los que no nos conocen.
for the season 2 of Las Paleteras. Well, for this first episode, I thought it would be very timely and very appropriate for us to talk about risk-taking and taking the leap of faith. I mean, this podcast, and thank you for all of you viewers who are watching us on YouTube right now, pero también to our listeners that are hearing us in all platforms where you get your podcasts. This podcast was a leap of faith, and we're taking, many risks. We have to be grateful to a lot of our family members and community who are supporting us. Shout out to Mete for also being nuestra casita, nuestro hogar, nuestra empresa, ¿qué hubo? Shout out to Sonoro. I mean, it's a whole village. And just so you know, we are self-producing this podcast. And so we are in season 2, and we're hoping, manifesting with us, que tengamos un poquito más sponsors. I mean, vean a este talento, a estas tías que pueden
¿Las
vender de
chicmetetas?
todo. Ay,
Las que no tengo.
Ana Sheila, espérame.
That's the pillow talk.
Yeah, that's for the later ones. Because this season, we're bringing to you new content and you're not even ready. But yes, so I thought today we could talk a little bit about risk-taking. So I'm curious to hear from you all. And we're going to go in there hard. What's a risk or a risk that you've been wanting to take, but fear is holding you back? Like, what's something you wanted to do, something you wanted to try, whether it's professionally, personally, for the podcast. Oh, well, we'll talk about the podcast later. But personally and professionally, what's something that you've been willing or trying to do, but something's been holding you back?
There's like 2, but the first one that comes to mind that isn't that exciting, it's tying my hair.
I love that. No, that's, you know
Okay,
what?
conquering your fears,
Pero
bitch.
¿sabes qué?
I've been wanting to do it, and I've been telling like my hairstylist, like, oh, I kind of want to dye it. Like, I want to dye it. And I was just like, fuck it, season 2. I'm also like, I just wanted something new. But
No, I love
also
that.
moving to LA was like my risk
Yeah, that was a big
taking
risk.
because I wanted to do more entertainment, whether it was marketing or like on the film and TV side. And I feel like this last year, I've just been diving into like writing classes, acting classes, and getting out of my comfort zone and not letting anxiety take over and like caring what other people think. And these past couple months I've been in this class and it's been so liberating, like spiritually, but also just having fun performing and like listening to your body movements and just like being in a space where you could just like have fun and like let go.
So you're doing it. You're doing it right now, then.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I'm in my risk taking.
more intentionally in the last year.
And like focusing on what I want to do, what I want to improve on, and what I want to work on.
Yeah, I love that.
Good for you.
So more acting and writing gigs.
Yeah, that's amazing. No, for me, I mean, it's kind of similar, but different than you. But I mean, it's funny that you mentioned the hair because y'all know. I mean, I feel like my hair is like people identify. I've had my curly hair for a long time. It's a part of me. I feel identified with it. But I'm like, and I don't really want to have straight hair. I've tried straight hair, and that feels like. I feel
During your sorority days.
At our Ivy League school.
I know, I was in another life.
You know, I mean, Augusto flashback to that episode in season 1 where she disclosed that she was in a white sorority.
I know. It's so weird.
She's worked through that.
I worked through that.
But I do love your curly hair.
No, I love it. No, I love it. And I when I tried hair, it actually felt like I almost felt like I was ¿Cómo se llama when you don't feel like you're in your body? ¿Cómo se llama? Body dysmorphia. Yeah. So I don't want to do that. But I've been thinking about braids, and I was actually my goal was to actually have my hair braided for season 2, and I wasn't able to get it with the right appointment. But that's something I want to try. Some braids. So just on the hair thing. Pero no, I mean, I think for me there is. I think the podcast is this creative outlet, and there is still more of me that wants to do more creative expression, but I haven't totally figured out where exactly I want it to go. Pero por ejemplo, last night I told a story. So I've been performing stories, and I've done it así como, I'm very como que meto el pie poquito, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed sharing the story. I really enjoyed writing it and crafting it. So I think I want to do more writing and I more performing, but I'm trying to figure out what that actually looks like. But so for me, that's something about writing, something about performing. I took a drum class the other day at El Floridita, which is my first time going there. I know that you know it really well. Floridita is a Cuban restaurant in Hollywood. They have salsa classes, and then they did on Wednesday. They did every other Wednesday they do a plena class, which is like it's a Puerto Rican dance style, ¿verdad? Entonces I played a drum. I was learning how to play the drum, and that was wonderful. I used to play the trumpet when I was younger, and I absolutely loved it. And so I really loved it. And so I think there is something around performance and writing, but I haven't figured out where exactly to go with that. So right now, what it's looked like is I'm writing short stories. I'm actually working on a story that I want to submit to this column called Modern Love for the New York Times. So my goal is to work on this story and submit it to that column. Entonces ahorita soy como escribir, performing, but I don't know exactly where. I guess I'm a little scared to see like how deep I go into that.
Yeah.
But just keep writing. I feel like that's like the best thing.
Yeah.
Just like keep doing it every day and like letting your thoughts like.
Yeah. So did you say you were taking a writing class?
Yeah, I was taking this playwriting class.
Okay.
For Brown and Out.
What's that?
Season 7.
Tell us about that.
I'm like trying to explain like the best way to say it. But it's basically this writing program. It's a 10-week class, and you take it through Casa 101.
Oh, Casa 101.
Casa 101. Yeah, Casa 101. But yeah, it's just a ton of like queer brown artists coming together.
Oh, beautiful.
Every Monday we would like talk about ideas we had, go over our scripts, and all the stories are so different, but like we all kind of resonate with them individually. But yeah, I took that class. The play's going to be produced in a month from now after this episode airs, I guess. But yeah, I feel like I've just been writing more.
Yeah.
Like sitting down and like actually writing ideas that I have and like not letting them just like sit in my notes section.
Beautiful. ¿Y tú?
A couple of things. I think I'm coming back to reclaim my hometown. There's just, I think, and I said this before, where like while I was gone in Mexico and coming back, like I can no longer say I'm from Los Angeles, but rather I am Los Angeles. Like this city is an extension of me. Like literally, there's memories and childhood, adolescence, and all of the city, and I love it so much. And I'm grateful to have been born and raised here. And I think very similar. I mean, we're all artists, and so I love that. And I think that this time around, I have a very unconventional career as an artist, but I'm very proud of that career because, I mean, I've been able to manage 2 careers at the same time and for a long time. And I don't think a lot of people... So I think earlier in my career, I think I had a lot of self-doubt about even being talented and what that even meant. And so for me, especially because I, have a degree in dance and choreography, which is my first love, but I don't know, I think I've reconciled with the fact that I don't think I'm going to be a professional dancer and choreographer in the way that I had imagined at one point. But then I found poetry, so I published a book in 2020. Wait, can I announce it here, an exclusive? Oh my God. Okay, exclusiva. My first book, Semilla, cumple 5 años this year. So I'm doing a relaunch of the book because it came out during the pandemic.
That's crazy.
So by the time this airs...
5 years ago? That's insane.
I can't believe it's been 5 years.
It's 5 years.
I remember I saw you perform in Mexico. I can't believe that.
In 2021, I think.
I saw you here in LA right before
crazy.
COVID at that bar that closed down.
I know.
That was
that's when I did a whole
so good.
Yeah, so that's
you know what?
exclusive.
I want to see you perform more.
Let's
all see each other on stage. Y'all could see me last night.
Stories. We could all do like some kind of
a one-person show. No, just kidding. I mean,
we'll open up for you, girl.
I mean, hello. But no, yes.
You have to compromise.
The exclusive is, I guess the 5-year anniversary. But to what we were saying, because I've had such an unconventional approach to my career, like I literally thought with everything I also do as an urban planner, it's still project management, So I could, in my mind, I was like, I know how to get into places because I can manage the business side of things or the art side of things. And of course, I learned things along the way. I've been producing myself as an artist for 7 years. So I think I'm leaning into this time around into comedy more. Now that I've discovered comedy and what it is and learning a little bit more about el cabareteo in Mexico and finding my voice and understanding the craft a little bit more, I was like, I'm going to lean into it a little bit more. I already do what I call stand-up poetry, which is a mixture of the two, but also just being in front of the camera more often. I think that's been my holding back where because I went to art school, I really value the craft. And I wouldn't want to go into acting without having some sort of study, right? It doesn't even have to be institutions. Even you're saying the class, I'm you're inspiring me to look at for writing classes or something, right? Or acting
or an acting class too, yeah. They're really, 100%. It's intimidating because you're I don't know, it's a ton of other actors just staring at you doing a scene but I feel they're all there to learn as well and help you. 100%. Feel super supportive.
And interesting, and I love that you say that because I think sometimes as we're talking about risk taking, right? Sometimes it has to be the right moment. You know what I mean? Because I took an acting class when I was when I was 17, 18, I used to do improv theater in Hollywood. And then I used to take classes at LACC, LA City College. So I did it, but I think that intimidation was hella real.
Yeah.
I feel this time around, the only thing that is different is I've been performing for 7 years now. So I'm not afraid of the stage. I feel I'm more willing to commit and to lean in. And I think that's how I found comedy. Because with comedy, you have to I'm in the self-deprecation era. I think I am okay now talking about self-deprecation jokes and throwing
And that's
them
the
out
best
there.
comedy.
100%. So I feel at least that nerves and shit, I'm over that little bit of a hump. So maybe now's the time to do something. I mean, okay, risk for Las Paleteras. I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
You mentioned the show. Let's go live season 2.
She wants to go live.
¿Qué pasó? Las paleteras en vivo. Imagínense toda la audiencia comiendo. We could have a paleta sucking contest. How many licks does it take to... Sorry. You know that song? That'd be nasty.
That could be kind of fun, yeah.
Write it in the comments. Si quieren ver una Las Paleteras en vivo, season 2, let us know. Ay, no, es que sí que rico. Imagínate las tres allá arriba sentadas.
Somos troza paleteras.
Something for everyone.
Ana Sheila's I'm going to be sick that week.
You're the one talking. Augusto, I want you to cut back to season 1 when she talks about the butt plug. Do a highlight of all the moments that Ana Sheila talks about sex.
Oh my
We're starting strong.
Augusto, new update. Please remove this mention of the butt plug.
Augusto, just focus on the episode.
By the way, for folks who don't know,
don't listen to either of them.
Augusto is our wonderful, talented, beautiful editor.
Shout out to Augusto. Love to Augusto.
Wait, but one thing you mentioned about instruments, I used to play the violin when I was little.
Yeah.
And then recently I was talking to my roommate and I was like, damn, I feel like I wish I would have stayed playing the violin or
Yeah.
I don't think I could sing, but I feel like if I would have had like a singing class when I was younger, I could have like learned how to carry a note. And now there's so many like queer mariachis and like we didn't have that growing up.
You want to play the violin again?
Yeah, I feel like it would be fun to like be in a queer mariachi like on
oh my
the
God,
weekend.
okay.
And
Well,
I'm
that's also one of my dreams is to pick up the trumpet again and
yeah, I'm like, why was I like
in a
scared?
mariachi?
And I gave it up because like I felt like people were judging when I was younger. I don't know.
¿Y tú qué vas a tocar?
No,
He's gonna sing.
I mean, I can't sing at all. I mean, I can't sing. I think
But if we took a class, if someone like taught us how to like...
I mean, I took voice lessons all 4 years of undergrad. So the thing is, I went to... No. No, I mean, no. But that's been an interesting thing. To me, so far right now, I did it a lot when I was performing. I would sing a cappella. I mean, I sang at...
Yeah, you did sing at that performance.
And the reason was because I did take these voice lessons. But again, there's like the technique, no sé qué. But like my voice lessons professor, and she was amazing. But the thing is, like, and I think you might enjoy it if you take a class. It's a full body experience. You think that singing is just in your voice, but it's everything. And she made me do, because I was a dance major, she made me do like dance exercises. So she made me do like my scales in downward dog. And she'd be like, you need to feel the entire
I would fart.
spine. I mean... But you know what happens? You begin to legit feel like the vibrations and the vibrato of your notes in your pelvic floor. Like, it was some wild stuff.
Wow.
The only thing that was different from undergrad and when I started performing is that I had nothing to say. And then that's the interpretation of music and stuff. And what I sat with is like, I speak in a higher tone, but I'm actually a bass. So like
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, and so I think what I had to realize was like, my singing voice is more masculine than I present. And that juxtaposition, like I now know that, you know, but I think we should all, that'd be kind of cute.
That'd be kind of cute, and like a vocal class.
What if we did for some of season 2, like some of the things we're afraid of, we did them together to encourage each other. So we all take a voice lesson. We all take a music. Oh,
you know what I want to get more comfortable with?
Or like sing at people's houses.
Wait. You know what I want to
get for your birthday parties.
I could still feel more embodied in my body. One of my commitments for a long time is going to be to keep taking more dance classes. So I think, so I would love to take a dance class with you both. Like a sensual dance class.
A sensual?
Like a pole dancing class? I bet what's funny is I feel like both of y'all would be better than me at pole dancing.
No, you're a little freak. I mean, that's what y'all don't know at home, but detrás de estas cámaras, Ana Sheila is a little freak. We had a moment in the photo shoot. Augusto, pull up the picture. You know what would be fun though? Burlesque.
Yes. Even though that's and for me that's super uncomfortable because I don't feel like feminine in that way. But it would be interesting to sort of try to push myself to feel more comfortable.
But I'm sure there must be like a queer burlesque class where it's about the sensuality of your body. If y'all know anybody out there who's doing like queer burlesque in Los Angeles or the greater California area, let us know.
Yeah, that would be beautiful where like it's not like about trying to fit into a box of femininity or masculinity or whatever, but it's fully like just like
your whole experience. You put a wig
natural
on, an outfit, and you're channeling a whole other person.
Upcoming in season 2, Las Paleteras, go burlesque dancing. These are all really great ideas. I think we have a lot in store for this season, and I really do think we need to try some of these things together because that would be really fun. Okay, yay. Well, that being said, amigas paletitas, if you are an ongoing listener, then you already know what we're about to do. But if you are new to this little desmadre we call Las Paleteras, we would like to introduce you to one of the people that we really love, our paletero, our producer, Holi. Paleta break time.
Paleta break.
Not me, hyping myself up.
I love it. You got to. Bueno, producer. So, primero que nada, preséntate a la audiencia.
Yeah, for those of you who do not know me, I'm Joel. I'm one of the producers. And this has been such a fun project. So I'm excited for season 2. A risk all in itself, but a risk well taken.
Exactly. Well, speaking of risks, de retos que te dijera yo.
Fresa, para la niña fresa.
What's a risk or a leap of faith that you want to take on for this year, for this season?
I'd say a risk and a leap of faith. I think just like creatively moving to LA and being here, I moved down for production. And luckily I've been doing that with Me Too. I've been doing that with Las Paleteras, but what I've been missing is narrative work. So I think writing, directing a short movie, we'll start with a short. A short is something that's definitely, coming soon. It's definitely in the vision for this year. Hopefully 2 shorts, but we'll keep it modest and say 1.
We're manifesting 2.
Manifesting 2.
Why did
It's gonna be amazing.
Why did in my mind I just see Paletas Productions? I mean, you have talent, you have writers.
I know, yes.
What's up?
It's
Paletas
here.
Productions.
We
coming
have
to you
everything.
soon.
We have the cameras, we have the producers, we have the
We're
talent.
running away from the scary paletero. Paleto's gonna kill us.
Todo lo que ocupamos es el dinero.
El dinero, por
Sponsors,
favor.
please.
So I think that,
you have money.
this is a great topic that we're talking about because we all experience self-doubt and we all are scared of failing. I mean, it's definitely part of the creative process, but definitely taking that leap of faith into the things that we want to create and the things that bring us joy is highly important.
Yeah,
it is.
Especially like in how busy we are and how many things we have going on. The older we get, the more responsibility we have. So it's harder for us to take those risks and that leap. But yeah, this year it's gonna happen.
They're a little bit more premeditated, I think, when you get older.
Absolutely.
Right? I think maybe, and I'm speaking for myself, but I think back and maybe when I was younger, I was mistaking risks with impulse.
I like that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
nos vale.
Yeah,
We're taking all the risks.
we're taking all the
Because
risks.
you're still in your 20s.
Tell it
Yeah,
to us.
it's premeditated, but I think sometimes as you get older, you sort of do think that you can't take risks.
Yeah.
And al final de cuenta, like, whatever age, we still have more life to live, and why live a life that we're not living in the way we want to.
O sea, pero no quedarte estancado tampoco.
Sí, sí.
Porque al final, después pasa más tiempo, and you're so like, oh, I was too old to try this, but now you're older and you didn't try it.
Estancado el que me enterraron anoche.
Someone's kids are in there.
Por eso sigue yendo al
Yeah, we don't want to live
baño.
with regret, so I feel like it's nice that we're putting ourselves out there.
100%. That's why I always tell my partners, mira, yo no mantengo tus hijos, pero sí me los trago.
Cochina.
Take me away,
Las paleteras.
Bueno, con eso
Con eso.
me retiro.
Thank you
Disfruten el resto del episodio. Ahí estoy atrás.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, productor.
Thank you. Como pueden ver en casita, aunque una haya regresado de México, lo corriente, o sea, una corriente es en inglés y en español. ¿Para qué les miento? Bueno, I mean, we started talking a little bit about this with the producer, but I'm curious to hear, was there ever a time that you took a risk and you failed? Oh, how did you deal with that failure? Who was there to help support you, or how did you come through that failure? Because I think, with risk, I mean, part of what you were mentioning, right? Like sometimes nos quedamos estancados en el miedo because failure can be attached to it. And I wonder, I mean, at least I know I can speak from experience. I've also had some failures, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm curious.
That word failure is really interesting because I think failure is like you had a vision for something and like what you expected the outcome to be, and the outcome was different than what you hoped the outcome to be. So that's how you're defining it as failure. Pero what if like the outcome is just like the outcome that just passed? O sea que es failure porque you had an idea for something, but maybe that's just what needed to happen for you to move in the direction. Like what comes next might be a better expression of what was really for you, And so it's just that thinking about, like, we can talk about it failure, but it sounds so negative, ¿verdad? But it's just...
Well, it's a way of reframing it, for sure.
Yeah.
When you put it like that, the first thing that comes to mind is New York. And I mean, when I first moved to New York, I moved in 2013, right after undergrad. But I mean, I think I had, like you mentioned, this expectation of like, I'm gonna go live and that romanticized idea of being an artist in New York. Que no sé qué, que no sé cuándo. I was very young and very arrogant, to be honest. And none of that happened. I did get to perform in New York. I'm not gonna say I did it. But I performed like in some festivals and a cabaret and I had a good time, but it wasn't like what I needed to happen. I mean, at the end of the day, like my time in New York ended when I got arrested. I spent the night in jail.
You got arrested?
I did, and I came out on December.
Wait, I'm kind of not surprised.
I came out on this bitch.
So you spent the night in jail?
I spent the night in jail.
Wait, what were you
December
doing?
31st of 2013 is when I came out. And I never told my
when's your
mom
birthday?
this. In January. It was still cap season. But to your point, that was the lesson.
I'm with the felon.
Ahora, bitch, aquí sí eras. Estúpida. Guys, I came out of jail on December 31st of 2013. And I never told my mom. But yeah, it was a little wild. What I'm saying is, like you mentioned, I could have. I mean, it was a failure, right? Like I didn't perform and I didn't do what
You had a vision and that didn't happen.
Didn't happen. So I like that reframing of failure is just basically maybe like unfulfilled expectations.
But you still did it.
I still did it, 100%. But and you know what? Funny enough, like when you put it like that, it was that experience that informed how I was moving to Mexico. Because I literally moved to Mexico 10 years after New York. And it was like, oh no, I'm in my 30s now. I did something like this in my 20s. What do I need to learn? I mean, I found the support system. I set everything up in place for me to go for 18 months and come back without feeling like too like plucked out of place, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There was transitions. So I like that. I like that reframing. ¿Y tú?
I want to move to New York so bad.
Do you?
I feel like every time I'm there, I'm like, I need to be here.
I could see
you there.
Like I love it.
No, I could see you in New York.
Yeah, but I think I would love to go for like 2-3 months and then come back. It's like overstimulating. It's like a lot, but it's really fun. But when you mentioned like failure too, I think one time I did feel failure was in corporate America. I had my first like job moving to LA. I felt like they weren't paying me enough and I wasn't being like appreciated for like what I was bringing to the table. Mm-hmm. And I felt like a boss getting another job that was paying me like 20-something K more. I let my boss know that I was leaving and she couldn't really negotiate and fix like the gap. Mm-hmm. And then 6 months later, I get laid off from the new job. And I was like, estaba en Mexico. My mom was there too. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. Like, I literally felt like a boss bitch leaving this other job, being like, bye, you guys didn't value me. Some other company is. And this company laid me off. And I was trying to figure out like what to do with my life in that moment. But like you said, sometimes like the best things come out of like these failures. Cause then I found my dream job that brought me more into entertainment and like got me out of that comfort zone. And that's when I really dove into like acting, performing, and writing through that little failure.
I love that.
Because it gave me time to like reflect and really think on like why I came to LA and what I really wanted to do. And I kept like dodging that like scary anxiety from that.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, how amazing has that been, right? That failure is what allowed you to give yourself the space to really push yourself in a direction that's really more aligned with what you really want. So I think what's helpful is like, yes, like sometimes we have these like big goals and we want them to look a certain way. But what I've found helpful is like grounding in what is like the intention. What is it that you like not have, and then being open to, maybe you have a very specific goal, but not being so attached to it being so specific, because when we're attached to something looking a certain way, it doesn't allow us to think, invite in something that might be even bigger or better than our original.
And even enjoying the process, because I feel like we want something right away. Yeah. But sometimes we're not ready for it. Or we're not meant to be in that space at that moment. But we're there to like observe and like learn and soak it up. So when we get the opportunity, we're at our best selves.
Totally. And that's been something that's been hard for me, that can be hard for a lot of us, is like you are wanting something to happen in a certain time or look a certain way, and that we don't enjoy the process and like the learning of it. And estamos sufriendo en vez de like really learning from what we're going through, right?
And focusing on like growing too.
I love that. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like one thing that has been cool also about this project is how, after filming a first season and stepping into this season, I feel like it's been really fun to even see our growth together as the three of us together. Like we're bitches out here coordinating colors now. Like we all look good now. I mean, otras te copian y todo.
But it's fun.
I had to address it. Amigas, I'm a little mad because that's the only reason I'm now not in the middle, because aesthetically two blondes like that didn't make sense. You thought I was going to get
Go dye your hair right now. Put it like green or something.
A ver, let's do it right now en vivo. Next episode, tras en vivo.
Tras.
Mañana regresa, like, it's like green. Looking like the Grudge. Or ¿cómo? Which one's
The Grinch?
The Grinch. The Grudge.
The Grudge. You stupid. No, but I think that...
La verdad es que sí se ven súper coordinadas, right?
Un pitufo. It could be blue.
Not a pitufo, bitch. It's because I did do my hair blue, I told you, but I was looking like tristeza, bitch, with my glasses y pues una aquí gruesita. Bitch,
My mom roasted me. I called her and I was like, me lo voy a pintar. She's like, apenas andas viendo bien y ahora quieres verte peor. And I was like,
damn. But not apenas te andas viendo.
I was
bien.
like,
what did you think I was looking
Chabelita
like
was in the
before?
car. She was like,
She heard her say that?
Like, damn, tia.
and she's like, así no te quiero ver. And I was like, okay, then you won't see me for like 2
Damn,
months.
she said that. Así no te quiero
I feel
ver.
like she's very like, anything like drastic, I feel like they just don't get it. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like how we want to
the other
express
day-
ourselves with our clothes and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
my dad saw me with my hair, and he was like, "Ay, cálmate, Gloria Trevi." I was like, "Yo, what?"
La Britney.
La Britney, da. Cuidado con la güera. And then I was like, "No, you didn't." But you know what? I mean, it's interesting to navigate. Sorry, a little aside, but I had this experience not too long ago. I went and I was wearing like, I think y'all seen them, especially here at the podcast. I wear like, these elephant pants, que son más largos o más poofy, que parecen faldas. And I wore that a couple days ago, and I went to my parents' house, and my mom like made a comment about it because of my nephew. And so my nephew is 5, so he's in a moment in time where he's absorbing everything. And so there was a very cute moment that happened where my sister told me that my little nephew told her that he wanted a tattoo. And I'm the only one that has tattoos. So there's this beautiful thing of like, oh, you want to be like me, right? And so he's absorbing everything. So I can't curse around him. My sisters asked me not to curse around him just because he's cursing.
Girl, that's hard for you.
Yes. I feel like I ended up saying the other day, que pedo. And my nephew was like, pedo. And I was like, oh. But
like,
it was,
un pedo.
right. But it was interesting that my mom made that comment like and try to like police my queerness. I mean, and it didn't feel like that, going to the point of like, I'm not going to cancel her. I know where she's coming from, and it's just having to like, I become this exception to the world that my nephew is creating. And I think it's just a reflection of how afraid they are. Not afraid, but like a little bit of hesitance of how do we teach him about who fucking their tío is, Like, se llama Nalgona en redes, like, But it was just an interesting moment. But yeah, it's funny how fucking parents,
I know. I was like, I'm in my Paulina Rubio era. What's another blonde?
La Britney. La Yuri, bitch.
Isn't Yuri canceled?
I mean, but still,
But
amiga,
we love her
mía,
music.
like, La Maldita Primavera.
Marisela, is she blonde?
Marisela.
Marisela.
Sola con mi soledad.
I don't know her. Oh.
Soy el sol de este podcast.
See, listen. You could talk about me in a mud, but at least I know more than her, and she was born there.
A ver, we need to have like a.
Yeah.
We need to have like a.
This is like a.
We need to have a
Yeah.
quiz. We need to have a quiz. A ver,
We should do a quiz.
What Mexican holiday just passed?
What are we in?
What month are we in?
In March.
March.
Acaba de pasar el de la bandera y el de la raza.
El día de Benito Juárez. Just passed.
Who was Benito Juárez? A ver.
Y
The first president of Mexico.
The first indigenous president of Mexico.
Obviously.
Okay. What's up? When was he
Okay.
president?
y las
In
cenizas.
18. In 18.
What is it called?
In the 1800s.
Ash Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday.
No, in the
Ay, no,
1800s.
el principio de la cuaresma. Did you hear her? Y las cenizas. Ay, hija tu puta madre. Y verdad que el miércoles la otra y con su pinche crucecita. Ay, pendejo.
Toda la cara. Y con 7.
That's funny.
Pues hablando de amigas, especialmente
Okay.
hablando de we haven't addressed this, pero hablando de holidays, This episode releases on 5 de mayo, babosas. Y no es la independencia de México. Es el día que le rompimos la madre a los franceses. Una puede contra los europeos. Says the blonde bitch.
La elegancia de la Francia no pudo esta vez.
Pero imagínate, in another world, we would have been like, oui, ojo, yo soy mamón.
No, their language is so beautiful.
No, fuck that shit.
They be hating on us for no reason.
100%.
I'm
No, I like Italian more.
Our culture is just as richer.
Even
100%.
Shout out to nuestra presidenta Sheinbaum.
Todo Latinoamérica. Anyway.
Amiga, quiérenos.
Me cae bien.
Ya estamos más al final del episodio. Thank you for joining us and for listening. And for watching a season 2 opener. Thank you for joining us. Estamos más toward the end of the episode. Thank you for joining us, for watching and listening to season 2 of Las Paleteras. And this season, we want to try a couple of new things. So we're going to be slowly introducing throughout the episodes a couple of new ideas. And this one is called Mete o Saca. Y no, bebés, no es lo que están pensando en casa. Porque si eso fuera, solo fuera puro meter.
Y grandes.
Ay, you know what? Me gustan menudas. Fuck it, I said it. Pero Mete Saca is a new segment where basically we are asking ourselves what we're inviting in, o sea, metiendo, and what we're letting go of based on the episode, o sacando. So based on the fact that this episode, aquí, amiguitas, I wanted to ask, well, I'm going to challenge us for this Mete o Saca. I know it's the first one, but I'll put it out there. I think right here on this first episode of season 2, we should all make a commitment to do something that we're afraid of. And we'll make a pact together and we'll check in.
Okay.
Like, we're going to do it.
Should we go all in y todo?
We're going to go all in y todo. Okay, so think about it.
Do you have one already? Do you have one?
Okay, yes. Okay, so I think I have mine. So I'm going to make a commitment that by the time this episode drops, by this season, I will announce a show here in Los Angeles.
Wait, I love that.
I love that.
I will announce it. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in the air just yet. There's conversations, but I think like I've missed performing. I haven't performed in the 18 months I've been gone. So I am committing that at some point on this episode, I will drop the news of a show in LA.
I love that.
That's me. Mete.
Okay, tú primero. Ahora tú.
Okay, I think I took a way different approach to this.
A ver.
But I want to let in...
Masquito.
¿Más?
Un novio.
Okay.
Un novio.
Ay, un novio.
Un novio.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh my God, and then you have to tell us about your dates.
I was going to say I was going to let in more constructive feedback to let go of like being afraid to put myself out there, because I want to put myself out there to continue to learn and like grow. Me quiero dejar querer más.
Déjate querer.
Because I think I was doing that last year, and then this year I've been kind of like, I don't know.
Shout out to Margarita, you know.
Yeah, me voy a dejar querer más and letting go of like expectations and just like going with the flow and seeing where my love life takes me.
Oh.
I'm going to be married by the end of the season. I'm kidding.
Ay, ahora, espérate. She said full first.
Si viene un millonario ya por allá que me haga...
Así, sí, con dinero baila el mono.
Funny with money.
Funny with money.
All I want is funny with money.
Okay, commitment. Yeah, something. Okay, I definitely want to.
That's a real bicho, bitches.
Funny with money. I can't ask for that. I'm getting made fun of behind the
Dinero baila el
camera.
mono, vas a bicho.
Okay, I want to have submitted that story I'm working on to that column and have found something else that where I'm expressing myself creatively, whether it's like una nueva clase, or I've signed up to perform something else. So submit that story and sign up for something. And what else I want to invite in? I think an energy of like abundance, I think I want to invite more of. I think that, yeah, some things didn't go the way that I had hoped. And I think that sort of made me feel like more negative. And I'm like, de esa energía no van a nacer las cosas. And it's really hard when things don't go the way that you wanted them and like you dwell on that. It's like hard to access that energy of like abundance. Pero that's what I'm working on, is inviting more of that, like just that esa energía. So how can I find it more? In another episode, we talked about glimmer, seeing those little things that make you connect to como, no sé, spirit and hope. And so just connecting to more of that. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing.
More abundance.
More abundance.
Yes, siempre.
Bueno, con eso, amiguitas, I would invite you all, by all means, please in the comments or send us a DMs. Please share with us your Mete or Sacas. What are you inviting in and what you're letting go of? Thank you for joining us for this opening episode of season 2 here at Las Paleteras. It's going to be a fun season. We have in store a lot of fun things. We're particularly excited about your participation. We want you to be a paletita here with us. So we want to hear your little chismecitos, send us the DMs. Ahorita ya van a ver la campañita que it's going to be rolling out. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So we're really excited. We are excited to be back. We're excited for the new content, the new conversations, and a lot of the new different things that we'll bring into this season. Y recuerden que la vida es más sabrosa con nosotras porque somos
Las Paleteras. Season 2.
Hi, Paletitas. This podcast is produced by Joel and Elpidio Perez, along with your hosts. Las Paleteras is edited by Augusto Martinez, with music by Cintia Morado and Ingrid Guijarro. Special thanks to our friends at Mitu and Sonoro for production support.